Hi, my name is Courtney, and today I'm going to talk about a kettlebell goblet squat. So I have my client here, Jordan, with me. He's a rock climber. The squat is a great exercise to strengthen your quadriceps, your hamstrings, and your gluteal muscle groups.
The erector spinae and transverse abdominis act as stabilizers, and then the gluteus, medius, adductors, soleus, gastrocnemius, and hamstring muscle groups all work as synergists for this exercise.
So it mimics the motion of pushing up and sitting back in a chair, which rock climbers do when they have to push off a foothold up into another position. So before I show Jordan the goblet squat with a kettlebell, I'm going to have him practice a body weight squat onto a box. So he's going to step about hip width distance apart around the box, toes pointed slightly out.
This is considered the preparatory phase for the exercise.
And then he's going to sit back, keeping
This is the eccentric portion of the exercise.
the weight in his heels, driving those knees outwards, and sitting onto the box. Nice.
Standing back up tall is considered the concentric portion of this exercise or the terminal phase.
So you want to keep the chest up, retract the shoulder blades. Yep. Nice job. So now that Jordan's mastered the bodyweight squat onto a box, I'm going to progress him to the goblet squat onto a box using a kettlebell. So he's going to grab the kettlebell, he's going to retract his shoulder blades first, and then he's going to slowly lower down onto the box to about a 90-degree depth, and then allowing his knees to stay in line with the ankles and not go past his toes. Nice, keeping that good posture, sitting back.
Using the box is helpful because it allows the client to establish an optimal depth in their squat, and it also teaches them to sit back more. Ideally, you want to see your client be able to squat to about 90 degrees, so there's a 90-degree angle between the hip, knee, and ankle joint. However, if they would like to include more glute activation, they can go lower than 90 degrees. However, I would not have a beginner client squatting any lower than 90 degrees.
And you'll see that he keeps his chest upright, and he's keeping that weight close into his body.
Keeping the kettlebell close to the body creates a more efficient path for the exercise. You'll also notice that Jordan is protecting his knee joint but making sure that his knees don't go past his toes during the exercise.
Driving those knees out. So there's a couple ways that you can perform this exercise incorrectly. One of the first major ways that people perform this wrong is allowing their knees to cave in during the exercise. So this is known as a valgus knee, and it can put a lot of stress on the lateral knee joint here.
A good cue to help this is to tell the client to drive their knees outwards, and you could also use a loop resistance band and place it around their thighs and focus on having them push it outwards while they're doing the exercise. They could also even do a corrective exercise like a clamshell to help correct this. The clamshell exercise focuses on strengthening the external rotators of the hip, primarily the gluteus medius.
Yep. So you don't want to do them like that. You want to think of driving the knees outwards.
Another good cue is to tell the client to spread the floor with their feet.
And then another mistake is allowing the chest to come forward and bowing during the exercise instead of keeping the chest upright.
To help with this, cue the client to keep looking forward so that you can see their shirt logo. You could also place small plates under the front of the feet to help elevate the front of the toes so the weight shift is more in the heels rather in the front of the foot. This should help with the forward leaning as well.
Yep. So turn to the front here, and then you can see it even more exaggerated, that he's bowing forward and not keeping his chest up. So that makes it a more stressful situation for the lower back.
Not only is this poor posture for the exercise, but it also takes the focus off of the quadriceps, which is what you're trying to target and strengthen here.
And then the last mistake is to allow the knees to come past the toes and you're not sitting back. So this puts a lot of stress on the knees. And then I'll have you face the front here, and you can see that his knee comes way past his toe.
You could also see that his heels are excessively lifted off the floor, so ideally I would place plates underneath the front of his feet so then he could shift the weight back onto his heels more and create a more efficient movement pattern and place less stress on the knee joint.
He's not sitting back. The ways that I would progress this exercise is teaching Jordan a barbell squat and then also a barbell front squat. And then also I could show him a kettlebell front squat before I show him the barbell front squat if he's not ready for it yet.
This is because the barbell front squat is a very awkward position and requires a lot of wrist extension. The kettlebell front squat is a little bit of a better option because it's a little bit easier and it's easier on the wrists.
And that's it for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a good day.